As the winter of 1776 and 1777 set in, the Patriot cause was near collapse. The Continental Army had dwindled to 6,000 hungry, freezing, and dispirited men. Thousands had deserted, and on December 31st, 1776, the enlistments of most of the remaining soldiers would expire. General Howe's 20,000 men had the Patriots cornered. How did General Washington respond? Washington understood the severity of the situation. In a letter to his brother, he wrote, "I think the game is pretty near up." If he could not save his army, he noted, the fight for liberty would fail. The few remaining soldiers under his command were unlikely to re-enlist in a shattered, retreating army that could not feed or pay them. Believing that the rebellion would soon end, General Howe left the task of keeping an eye on Washington's army to the German Hessians. These were mercenaries who fought not out of loyalty, but for pay. As the Hessians pursued the Patriots, Washington managed to escape across the Delaware River into Pennsylvania on December 7th. The British and the Hessians settled in, waiting for the river to freeze. They were also quite confident that a brutal winter might destroy the American army first. Washington knew that without a convincing victory, and very soon, his army would be lost. He decided to take a major risk and do something his army had never done before. On Christmas night, 1776, they would go on the offensive and attack the Hessian soldiers in Trenton. As night fell on December 25th, Washington loaded 2,400 men onto pontoon boats and rowed across the ice-clogged Delaware River. As the sun rose, his soldiers, many without shoes, marched through the snow towards Trenton. The gamble entailed major risks. If the Hessians were waiting for Washington's army, a Patriot defeat and surrender would be all but certain. Yet, Washington was confident. The Hessians, who had celebrated Christmas with festivities and drink, were fast asleep when Washington's army rushed into the village. Roused from their sleep, the mercenaries never stood a chance. Washington's army captured over 900 enemy soldiers while suffering only 4 wounded. More importantly, the entire stockpile of food, weapons, blankets, and supplies fell into American hands. Befuddled, General Howe sent his most aggressive general, Charles Cornwallis, to take command in New Jersey. As the British pursued the Americans towards Princeton, Washington followed up his masterful plan at Trenton with another. On January 2nd, 1777, the Patriots left campfires burning and slipped through the darkness to encircle the British troops near Princeton. Before dawn the following morning, the Americans attacked, once again taking the enemy by surprise. As the British fled, Washington declared, "It's a fine fox chase, my boys." The citizens of New Jersey couldn't believe their eyes. Only a week before, most were certain they were witnessing the end of the new nation. Now, Washington's Patriots had cleared the British out of the colony entirely. Most of Washington's men, emboldened by the victories at Trenton and Princeton, re-enlisted to fight another year. The Army and the United States of America was saved.